Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'll be your friend to the end. Howdy ho. Ha ha ha.
I'm childish. Okay, I'm childish. What's up YouTube? It's your girl Bianca Shanice, and I'm here with a new video. If you're new here, hello, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today's video, I will be doing my top 10 classic horror movies / films, whatever you want to call it. Also, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe, and please don't forget to hit that notification button so you can get alerts when I put up new videos, because how else y'all gonna see me? And if that is something that you would like to see, please stay tuned and keep on watching. All these movies I'm talking about, I grew up watching all these movies, and I still like to revisit watching some of these movies. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on into the video. So the first classic horror film I will be talking about is Candyman. Good old Candyman. I'm sure some of you have already watched Candyman. Some of y'all may not have watched Candyman. I grew up watching Candyman. So there are 4 Candyman films. The regular Candyman, which came out in 1992. Candyman Farewell, The Flesh, which came out in 1995. Then we have Candyman Day of the Dead, which came out in 1999. The Candyman that came out this year, it's like a sequel to the original film that came out in 1992, which was the very first one. And I watched that one, and just know it wasn't grabbing my attention, so I didn't finish it. Not trying to give y'all too much about what Candyman is about, but I'm gonna kind of give y'all a little bit what Candyman is about, but not try to like spoil it for you. So basically, Candyman is about a fictional supernatural character. Candyman was an African American man who was brutally murdered. So basically, it was this graduate student who was doing research on this urban legend about Candyman for a school project. So the graduate student finds herself digging deep into the research about the urban legend, where it starts to become personal to her with the urban legend of Candyman. The urban legend was basically you go into the bathroom and you say Candyman 5 times. When I first watched this movie, do you think I went in the bathroom and did that? I see people who want to play around and do stuff like that, but me, no ma'am, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I said, you go in the bathroom, you say his name 5 times, and he was supposed to appear. Based on the short story, The Forbidden. But like I said, that first Candyman, the one that I feel like, that's the one I'm really suggesting y'all to go watch, is the first one. And yeah, let me know how you like it. So the second classic horror film I will be talking about is Leprechaun. Y'all please don't think I'm crazy. Leprechaun. Oh my God, how many of my subscribers have watched Leprechaun? Please let me know. Please put a thumbs up. Please put a thumbs up if you watch any of these movies. Y'all got to comment each movie that y'all have watched. Okay, so there are 6 Leprechaun movies. We have just the regular Leprechaun, which came out in 1992. We have Leprechaun 2, which came out in 1993. We have Leprechaun 3, which came out in 1995. Then we also had Leprechaun 4 in Space, which came out in 1996. We have Leprechaun in the Hood. Leprechaun in the Hood, which came out in 2006. And then the last one was Leprechaun Back to the Hood, which came out in 2003. To be honest, it started getting kind of corny, you know, towards the end of the movies. But like I said, the first couple of Leprechauns, I loved it. But so basically, Leprechaun is about American comedy horror film. It's about a man who you will see in the beginning of Leprechaun. He has stole a pot of gold from a leprechaun he interrogated. So then he begins to notice that the leprechaun had followed him home. So basically, Leprechaun begins to be vengeful to the family who he believes stole his pot of gold. He terrorizes them, tortures them, be playing all tricks and games with them to find out who stole his gold, and he ain't the one to be playing with, okay? He want his gold, okay? So the third classic horror movie that I will be talking about is my favorite classic horror film of all. Drum roll, please. Chucky.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'll be your friend to the end. Howdy ho. Ha ha ha.
I'm childish. Okay, I'm childish. I'm pretty sure you all have watched Chucky. Chucky got a lot of movies. Bride of Chucky, Seed of Chucky, Child's Play, Chucky, Coat of Chucky. It's a lot of Chucky's out. Chucky is an American horror slasher film. It's 8 movies of Chucky. The movie mainly just focus on this doll, Chucky. Also, before the Chucky doll comes into play, the serial killer who escapes death by doing a voodoo ritual. Basically, he just wants to transfer his soul into a good guy doll. That's what they call the Chucky dolls, is a good guy doll, because it was like a whole bunch of Chucky dolls. They wasn't all like, they wasn't supposed to be like how it ended up being. But once the serial killer did what he did and, you know, transfer his soul into the good guy doll, that's when, you know, Chucky was not the one to be played with. Okay, Chucky is not the one to be played with. The fourth classic horror film I will be speaking about is Scream. Scream is not like really like scary. It's more like a thriller, to be honest. It was about this high school student in a town called Woodsboro, California. Some of the teens become a target by a serial killer in a Halloween costume, like a ghost face like costume, to the point where they be pointing fingers at each other. They thinking this person did it, they thinking that person did it. So the fifth classic horror film I will be talking about is Friday the 13th. It's Friday the 13th. Guess who playing Jason? Whatever Nicki Minaj said. Friday the 13th has a lot of series and sequels to the original Friday the 13th. And then it's also Freddy vs. Jason. It's like, that was like a crossover with another film that I will be talking about as well. The movie takes place at a camp. So these two people sneak inside a storage cabin to do adult things. And something bad happens to them. And 21 years later, the camp was reopened. You know, they have a whole bunch of teenagers going to the camp, and next thing you know, they have a psycho on the loose. The sixth classic horror film I will be talking about is Halloween. There are 11 Halloween movies that are out. And actually, one came out this month, and I just watched it yesterday, and it's called Halloween Kills. I mean, you know, Halloween is Halloween. Michael Myers, he just can't be cute. He can't be cute. I just don't think he's gonna be. I don't think he gonna ever die. Like, I just don't think he gonna ever die, because they just keep coming out with different Halloween movies, and they be worrying me because you just had to watch it and see it, and you'll figure out why they worry me so bad. It's about this mental ill 6-year-old named Michael Myers. Michael Myers, who was committed into an institution for murder. I'm not gonna mention who he murdered, but he was sentenced and he was locked away for like 14 or 15 years. While Michael Myers was being transferred on October 30th for a court date, he steals a car and escapes to his hometown. And when I say he come back to his hometown, he didn't come back to his hometown to eat. He came back because he was on a mission. He was on a rampage. The seventh classic horror film I will be talking about is Nightmare on Elm Street. There are 7 different movies of Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's about some teenagers who frequently get tortured by Freddy Krueger. He preys on teenagers in their dreams, lead up to numerous of things. One of the teenagers in that town starts to suspect a dark secret about her family and her friends' parents as well. She think if she figure out what the dark secret is, she may be able to unfold the mystery that is, you know, basically going on. Different movies to Nightmare on Elm Street, like I was saying about the Friday the 13th, Jason versus Freddy, it's like a crossover. They meet each other. I like that one too, because it was, you know, different, and you know, I like how they played it out. Classic horror film I will be talking about is I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's 2 of them, so I know it's I Know What You Did Last Summer, and the other one is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. It's crazy. I started watching it last night, but I fell asleep, and I finished watching it this morning. 4 young friends find themselves having to stick together. They had to make this pact. They had to make this bond when a secret tragic accident happened, and they had to keep it within their pact. And so it happened in the summer, and so, you know, they end up, you know, some of them end up going to school, some of them end up staying in that town and, you know, doing what, you know, whatever it is that they do. And time went by, and they find themselves getting stalked Different things begin to happen to each and every one of them. So the ninth classic horror film I will be talking about is Jeepers Creepers. So Jeepers Creepers has four films. Brother and a sister was traveling through this dark country, road to get home while they was on their spring break. And basically they end up having this encounter with this creature who pursues them in a weird way. And he looks weird and creepy too. But it's really kind of hard to explain what it's about. And they have this song that they be singing,
like Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those eyes?
or something like that. But yeah, like it's kind of hard to talk about these movies because I feel like I'll be telling the movie, so it's kind of like short. I'm trying to keep it short and simple, but enough to give you an idea what I'm talking about, enough for you to suggest. So my last classic horror film is Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A group of friends who travel out to a certain part of Texas because I think one of the teenagers' grandparent or grandfather or grandmother had died. I think they went to the grave. They went somewhere to a certain part of Texas. And then in the meanwhile, while they traveling down the road, they come across this abandoned house. I don't know why they thought it was okay to just visit this abandoned place, but anyways, they did. And once they got up to the abandoned house, they found out the house is not abandoned. People lived there, and then they discovered like it was some sinister, I can't remember which top serial killer I was talking about, who some of the things that he did was giving Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibes. And if you remember what I was talking about that he did, it'll give you an idea of what this movie Texas Chainsaw Massacre is about. And yes, it's a chainsaw involved in this movie, but yeah, I try to keep it short and simple. I try to just give you enough to give y'all an idea of what these movies were about. Like I said, these are old classic horror films. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have done seen all of them. I'm pretty sure some of y'all may have not seen. But if you have, please in the comments let me know which ones you have seen, which ones that you're thinking about seeing, which one is your favorite, which one is your least favorite. And yeah, let me know, because these are some of my favorite classic horror films, and I will be watching some of them throughout this week, on up until the end of the month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on anything I have said or talked about in this video, please feel free to comment. Also, please don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe, and please don't forget to hit that notification button so you can get alerts when I put up new videos, because how else y'all gonna see me? And I will see you guys in another video. Goodbye.